So, so welcome to this master class about the communication skill. Why we don't have the why we don't think that without having a English communication skill, we can progress further. So the myths, we will be breaking down those. And in that process, we have three action points, which we can implement in our this thing to get ahead. So this is about 30 minutes practice, and that has to be done in every fourth day, and decide the subject. These are the three initial action points one needs to take. Then, so which subject? Now which? So Giri sir, can I switch over to English? Hindi chalega? Is it okay with you?
It's okay for me. Yeah, this is Venkat.
Yeah, hi, Venkat.
Yeah, hi.
So both of you are here or what? When I am sharing, no, I am not able to see all the people. So is it okay with you if I switch between Hindi and English? Or
English is okay for me. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So now when you have this problem, no, which subject to talk? Suppose it is frequently the boss that you need to talk to every fourth day. That is what I am saying. So we can have this session as interactive so that we can do it better, right? So who do you think you need to communicate for your communication skill? Like say, if you want to improve your communication skill, which one you think? Who is the person to regularly communicate with?
Generally, our reporting manager as a profession for with friends for the personally.
Yeah, yeah. So that is what. So suppose it is your reporting officer. Then your reporting officer requires certain subjects, right? You cannot discuss cricket with that person.
Exactly.
But your reporting officer has, like say, you might have been assigned a portfolio, a work profile, which will have different subjects also. So can you tell me what are those subjects that you deal with?
Generally, we are doing awareness programs on WASH activities. For that, we should interact with our reporting manager regarding reports and community activities and sales. Those things we should report to our reporting manager every day.
So if you now can write down, no, in your notebook or whatever you are holding right now. So let us break down. Actually, this will be a practical session so that you can take away some values, how to communicate with your boss, right? So
1 minute.
So I am also simultaneously writing so that others can also see. So the first one you said that it is awareness. The second you said IEC material maybe.
Yeah.
The third you said something. Sales.
Sales.
Sales of what?
Water sales.
Water sales.
Yeah. Basically, yeah. So filter water, RO water.
Achha. Okay. RO water sales, right? Any other thing?
Some marketing campaigns regarding safe drinking water.
Marketing campaigns. Okay. What else? Marketing campaigns also has a lot of subtopics. Speaking to various stakeholders, right?
Yeah, basically community and KOL and Gram Panchayat leaders.
Community, Panchayat,
Yeah.
GP level people.
And donors.
Speaking to donors. So you do this speaking to donors yourself at your level, or your boss does?
My boss will do that.
So what what exactly, what kind of communication you do when it comes to speaking to donors.
Yeah,
Your
and field stuff, my field stuff also.
uh, with say field staff management.
Yeah,
Any other thing is there in your profile?
some kind of vendor identification, vendor negotiations also. Sometimes.
Vendor identification and negotiation.
Yeah,
Tell me, whatever you remember, you just tell me. Your entire profile should be here. No, whatever, whenever you need a communication, obviously you need it,
yeah,
but no, but you need to remind yourself as to when are those communication happening, so that you can plan. And reporting, maybe reporting.
maybe documentation, reporting.
So communication skill is not all about speaking. It is about communication skill is four types. One is listen, speak, write, read.
Okay.
All these four needs to be in place. Otherwise, you cannot do a proper speaking also. Speaking is the only thing that we know, but the inputs are various. Listening,
Yeah,
writing, and reading are the three kinds of inputs which you need to do in order to be able to speak, right?
yeah.
Reporting and documentation. So these are the things. Let us take only these, right?
Okay.
So which suppose you take one of this, anything, any topic, and you can write down that in your notebook as a separate topic. All this you can note down, but suppose for this week you want to speak on that, or say suppose later on we will decide on how to put all these type of communication. It doesn't happen all in one go, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So at different in a week, all this doesn't happen. Every communication happens in a separate day. That is, you
Yeah,
agree?
yeah. Different slots or different days.
Yeah. So that is what is very essential. Even if it is not happening every day, suppose there is a clutter of activities, speaking activities that is happening, you need to design your day, your week in such a way that two things don't fall in the same day, right? So that
Yeah,
is
yeah.
a hack you need to do every single day, one kind of communication, so it doesn't get clutter in your boss's mind.
Understood. Yeah.
So that is the first task we are done with. So first you write down all these, and then you can have, say, separate weeks for this. So for awareness, you can put 1 week. I am sure for awareness it takes like say more than 1 week, but
Yeah.
for IC material you can, this is my might be one time. RO water sales is every day. Marketing campaigns again happens in once a month or so. Speaking to community might be every 2-3 days. GP level people once in 15 days. Field staff management is every day. Vendor identification negotiation is one time. Reporting and documentation every weekly or fortnightly, whatever is there in your organization, right?
Yeah.
So the second thing is why it is important. So you have to decide why it is important for the boss. So you have to write that down why it is important, right?
Yeah.
So now tell me, in case of awareness, tell me why it is important for the boss or any other stakeholder. Can you give me a phrase why it is, or one word?
Generally, awareness in the sense we will give community awareness programs.
Yeah.
Regarding that one, we should take some clarifications and company strategy. what is the strategy. We should get the knowledge skill from the our reporting manager.
Company strategy and knowledge skill.
Yeah.
So let me take these two, right?
Okay.
Now, for company strategy, you have to write down at least one sentence. Are you able to write now?
Yeah. I have book.
Yes. The same for knowledge skill. Done?
1 minute.
Yeah.
Sangeeta ji, may I?
Yes, please.
No, I've been raised my hand for quite some long, but I think you
Oh,
are
sorry, I didn't
busy,
see. I
list
didn't
it
see.
out.
And I'm
No,
sharing.
it's okay. So, Sangeeta ji, I'll be often on, so I'll not interact. I thought, I find your sessions always knowledgeable. That's why I always try to make it a point to attend, though I have some other, I do not directly, I feel, but I can definitely gain out of this. So I'll be there, but I'll be in a non-interactive mode.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
I hope you don't mind.
No, not at all.
But Sangeeta ji, really appreciate the efforts you are taking. Really, kudos to you. Thank you.
Thank you. So just, whenever you can just mention this, recommend this to people who need. I know many people need it.
Surely, I'll do that. I'll do that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So Venkatesh.
Yeah. So for company strategy, I write a statement. We should use pamphlets, flip charts, like etc. material during awareness programs.
Yeah. So that is one thing. Then we will cross check with other subjects also. It is very important. And then note down how much time you took. How much time you took in writing this thing, writing these two sentences. Okay?
Okay.
So how much time you took? Three minutes you took?
Yeah.
So suppose we will say it is 3 minutes, right? So suppose when you present yourself, present in a PPT format, or suppose in a meeting or something, then you know how much time you take to speak that out. Write and speak. How much time together combinedly it takes. You understand?
Yeah.
And why it is important? Any idea?
If you write in a PPT mode or anything Excel mode, any tabular form, it will be structured and everything we can cover everything.
So, but why I am asking you to note the time? Why to note the time? Any idea?
No. Yeah.
It is required because you will take that much of time of your boss, na?
Yeah.
It is to, you can ask your boss, like say, when communication skill is for what? The end goal is to grow as a manager. Isn't it?
Yeah.
So manager is not about a promotion. Being a manager is a stature that you will acquire for yourself.
Yeah.
So do you know that I am a leadership growth coach?
Yeah, basically I'm in a leadership position also, but basically the English communication is most important, like corporate sectors. Most of the people are believing that. So I saw your sentence that it's not a
big
criteria, a big thing.
It is not a big thing. So
Yeah.
the moment you know, see, when you are mentioning time, no, in
Yeah.
whatever dealing you are done with, see how foreigners do. For everything, they put one time slot. Have you seen?
Yeah. Yeah.
You will say ki appointment.
Hmm.
Then they will say, can I take your 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Then your boss's boss will say, can we have this meeting for 1 hour? Or say, can we have 30 minutes for this particular discussion? Have you noticed that?
Yeah. Yeah. Generally, they will ask how much time we will interact.
Why? Why? Because this is the foremost managerial trait in a managerial position. You might be in a leadership position, you might grow beyond that leadership position also. You will see when you have this time factor in your mind, you will be achieving a lot more, right? So who is the first person to implement with? It is yourself.
Yeah, myself only. Yeah.
So when you know, and also I teach, when I teach you the leadership growth entire course, I also teach how to save 4 hours every day, right?
Oh.
So whatever you are doing right now, you are not noticing time, maybe. That is what my perception is. So the day you start noticing your time, you'll say that you will see that you are able to manage your time within 50% of the original time that you were taking.
Okay.
Right? So if your work day is of 8 hours, then 50% saving will happen. No, that is saving 4 hours. Understand?
Yeah.
So this is to be efficient. This creates efficiency. Done.
Huh.
So this subject is done, right? Let us move to the second subject, right? IC material. This you will agree that this is a different task than the first task,
Yeah.
right? So what all activity you do out here in
For the
IT?
for the IEC material, basically we will create a content and we will give that content to the vendor, or else sometimes we will ourselves only we will prepare flyers or posters.
Posters.
Yeah.
So this is for vendors.
Yeah.
Right. So when you create this, how much time it takes? What all do you put in an IC material normally, generally, just average? 1 page flyer, how much time you to take?
Generally 1 hour, 1 hour, 2 hour.
So this is 1 hour. So see, the first thing is here, if you write into a paragraph or prepare a PPT, it will take you some time because
Yeah.
you wrote down 2 sentences in 3 minutes. So
Yeah.
it is a slides of something, say at least 10 slides, not more than 10 slides happen in a PPT, right?
Yeah.
In those kind of PPT. So you have to first make say 30 slides, then you go back and make it into 10 slides. The first thing you have to do that. That is the process, right?
Okay.
Do you know this process or not?
Yeah. Yeah. Generally time slot.
No,
That
time slot. Right now, what I'm saying is 30 slides initially, reduce it to
10.
10. 10 slides, including the thank you slides,
Yeah. Final.
including the thank you slide. Now, you have to make 9 slides, right? The
Yeah.
first slide is the title slide, so not more than 1 or 2 minutes required.
Yeah.
So rest 8 slides you need to prepare. you don't have to prepare that initially. You have to prepare 30 slides initially. Otherwise, the flow of your thought will get restricted. And many of your, whatever you are trying to speak out, that will not come in the slide. Understood?
Yeah, sometimes it will happen. So if you
So
prepare the 20 slides, sometimes then after seeing all the slides, it will going to be, we can concise that 13, 15.
Yes. So this is the second thing. Likewise, the RO water cells. Now let us come to the cells thing. So what do you give out here? In the RO water cells, target?
Yeah, target achievement.
Achievement. And trajectory.
Yeah.
What is trajectory?
Result?
What is trajectory? Do you know what is trajectory?
No, I don't know.
Trajectory is, suppose you have sold 20 in week 1, right?
Okay.
Sold 15 in week 2.
Yeah.
Sold 25 in week 3, right? And sold 20 in week 4, right? You will put a graph. So you will see in a graph. So it has reduced in the week number 2. It has grown in week number 3.
And then come down in 4.
It again came down in week number 4.
Yeah.
So here, how many trajectory you can see? The trend you can see. Trajectory and trend.
Trend. Yeah.
Hello, madam.
Hi, yes, Girisa.
Sorry for the interruption. Actually, what is the program actually?
No, I'm teaching actually how to communicate without having English fluency. That was my first slide, no?
How to?
How to communicate without having English fluency.
Okay. Through slides.
So that can be through different. Let me come to the screen. So you can also turn on your video so that you can see me. I can see you. Yes. So what was
I am
your
also in RO water business actually. That's why I am asking.
So actually, I took the example of Venkat. He works in this particular area. You were not there, I think, in the initial stages of discussion. So you are on mute. You are on mute.
Yeah, I am also into water treatment business.
Okay.
The RO things. That's why.
Yes. So what I am telling Venkat is, like say whoever is there, I took one live example so that we can at least solve one person's problem, right?
Sure.
So he is saying that English communication is better. That is the perception of many people, that knowing English is best, but knowing the subject is the best thing. That is what I am teaching him. So from now onwards, what he will do is, whatever we are preparing right now, he will prepare in this ground, and then he will see whether his communication skill has become better. Right?
Using of slides, we can able to communicate more. Huh?
Yeah. So slides is one. Excel sheet, you can do trajectory. So what I am doing is, my 3 tricks are, you have to every 4th day, you have to prepare for the communication that you are doing. Communication is what? not talking every day. If you are talking to your boss, you take a time slot, and every fourth day you might be talking to your boss, right? So on that day, you have to present it very crisply so that without wasting time, without getting any headache, he understands what Venkat does, right? So how he will do without having communication, better communication, he is having a good communication skill, but even then he can be immensely better despite whatever level of English communication skill he has. So this is the thing that I am trying to teach him. Yes, sir. Thank you for asking that question. So let us get back to this thing. So now you know the trends and trajectory, Venkat, right?
Yeah.
So then marketing campaigns. What all work you do here?
Basically, we will conduct some campaigns in the villages, in the schools, in the women self-help groups,
Approaching schools,
in the
SHG.
SHGs, and in the Anganwadi centers.
Anganwadi centers, yes.
Sometimes we will do in the panchayats also, Gram Sabha.
Panchayats, Gram Sabha, yes. What else?
Yeah, sometimes we will do some celebrations like children's celebration, hand washing day, global hand washing day, kind of events.
Washing day. Yes. So now if you take everything is a report, right?
Yeah.
Every marketing campaign is a report, and every campaign, and what is the format of these reports? First is the participants, right?
Yeah.
Participants, then beneficiaries, right? And the goal achieved. So these are 3 paragraphs, right? Right? Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Three paragraphs, which means 5 lines, 5 sentences each. Done?
Yeah.
So this is about your marketing campaigns. The fourth is speaking to a community, GP level people.
Yeah, madam, your screen is not in sharing mode.
Now it's okay, na?
Yeah.
So next is GP level people we speak during marketing campaigns. That is done.
Yeah.
Some other time also you speak to community people.
Sometimes in the operational issues also we will discuss with you.
So let us name it as operational issues / field visits. This is also a report.
Do? जल्दी आ सकता है क्या?
कौन है? So this also has 3 paragraphs and 5 sentences each.
Yeah.
This can be done. So likewise you can do. So now you have decided your subject, right? Now planning it for 90 days. Can you do a small planning here? How you will do according to whatever your experience has been so far? How you do in a 90 days means 3 months, 1 quarter, right?
Yeah, generally we will do quarterly plan for every
Yeah, you do quarterly plan, no?
quarterly plan. Yeah.
So how do you do that quarterly plan? Like say you sit with your boss.
I will sit with my
No,
boss as well as I take the
no,
input from the field staff also. First, I prepare from with field staff. Then I will present and sit with the boss, and I will finalize my quarterly plan.
So each speaking assignment takes time, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
And each communication, each time you speak, that is a communication happening.
yeah, yeah,
Each time a communication happening with a senior or junior, the managerial capability is getting established, whether you know or not.
yeah,
And each time you are going to actually train your second rank person, your junior, as to how he or she is going to handle when his or her turn comes as a manager. They will further deal with their junior level people, junior rank people.
yeah.
So you have to always establish a model, right?
Yes.
So each time you speak, so whatever so far we have discussed, you can do. So subject already we have chosen. Decide the and which question is asked to you repeatedly. So every day, suppose there is a frequent communication. These are no established communication that we so far have spoken, right? So which question is asked to you repeatedly? Is this one question or more than one question?
From reporting manager, you are asking from.
No, whoever, anybody can ask you. So you have to answer, no? Each time you answer, you have to use communication skill, right?
Yeah.
So who asks? You can turn on your video. Giri Saab, you can also turn on your video. Doesn't matter. Venkat, also you can turn on your video.
Yeah.
So whoever is asking you a question, no, you have to respond. So
Definitely.
what are the questions that get asked to you frequently?
During the planning, or you ask generally you are asking
All
while
the time.
communicating.
Like say you have to prepare a question bank for that. No, what I am trying to tell here is, suppose somebody asks you a question,
Hmm.
right? All the time you are communicating with people,
Yeah.
right? So now, if you are prepared better for those kind of questions, you will take less time.
Definitely.
If you are not prepared, then you will think what to say, which one to say and which one not to say. And then you will answer, then it will be like say a little halting and the other person might not understand also.
Yeah.
Right? So to be prepared for those things, you need to prepare a list of questions. That is what, let me share again.
Just like FAQs.
Sorry.
Just like FAQs, frequently asked questions.
Yes. You are
Yeah.
right. You are right. So prepare one FAQ. And you know what is the bigger purpose of having a FAQ?
Generally, common understanding and common set of questions. Generally, what should we communicate with the people? If you ask the same kind of question, what should we answer? For that, it will helpful.
Yes. And also, you know, sometimes what happens, your organization will ask you a report.
Yeah.
That time, it will be easier for you to send it immediately.
Yeah.
So it is required for, it establishes your subject matter expertise. You become an SME.
Yeah.
So do you understand what is the difference between a leader and one subject matter expert?
Generally, subject matter expert don't have any team like thing, but leader will have a number of people. He should manage the team. He should teach the subject also. But basically,
Yes.
subject matter expert generally he will focus on creation of subject and he will give more clarifications and doubt clarifications on the subject.
Okay. This is a very great answer that you have just given.
Yeah.
Now, from 10 years hence, what would you like yourself to be? A leader or one SME?
Basically, a leader should have subject also, but that much of deep understanding about the content or subject not required for the leader. I think so. I don't know, but
Yes, you are right.
yeah,
You are right.
yeah,
But
yeah,
I am asking you something. Have a vision for yourself. 10 years down the line, you will become a senior person.
yeah.
Sure. But what would you like yourself to be? A leader or an SME?
Basically, in the leadership also, sometimes some people manager will be there. Some leaders are subject matters specialist experts also will consider as a leader also. Na? That's why. So basically, both we can choose.
So what one? If you have just one choice, what will you choose?
People manager. Yeah, I choose people manager.
Okay. So let me tell you something. You have to put that in your mind. You know, when you want to become a people manager, your growth path will become different with the same kind of handling. And
Yeah.
when you become a SME, your growth path will become different. You have heard that story, no? A king is worshipped only in his kingdom, but a poet is worshipped all over the globe.
Yeah.
So who is the SME here and who is the people manager here?
Can you repeat once? I am not able to understand.
A king is worshipped in his own kingdom only.
Okay.
Other kingdoms will not know the king, but a poet will be worshipped everywhere, recognized everywhere.
He is the SME. Poet
Yes.
is the SME.
Yes.
Yeah.
So why I am putting this is, it helps in your long-term goal. It is never a short-term goal that you should work for.
Understood.
Once you have that long-term goal clarity, then what you do today matters. How all the communication that you will write in those paragraphs, it will reflect, because your vision now is long-term,
Yeah.
right? So the communication will be different. Your choice of words will be very different. Understood? So
Yeah.
you have a vision now in mind. So if in the COVID time, what happened, you know, all the senior people were laid off, who were people manager,
Yeah.
who were retained, the SMEs.
Agree.
Why so? Why so?
Basically, they can work from offline, online, both they can.
And they can manage people's work also.
Yeah.
Right. So going forward, if you want to have that kind of thing, you have to put, like say, this is my take, but your take can be very different. Your choice can be very different. But put this in perspective so that your language will be accordingly. Suddenly, in one point of your career, you should not get perplexed as to which one to choose, this or that. So now, since you have attended this class of mine, might be it will come to your mind, why not develop more as an SME?
Yeah. Just now
so
I'm thinking that only.
you are thinking that.
Sometimes I'm getting confused with this SME and this people manager also, because basically I have both kind of as a people manager, I have a 10+ years of experience, but right now I am looking after this subject matter expert, because it's a eternal one, and whenever after 10 years or then 10 years come down the line also, we have a bright future. And
Yes. And another plus point of becoming an SME, no matter wherever you are, you might be, say, vice president of a company going down the 10 years down the line. You might be the vice president of the company, but you will be respected for your knowledge. No?
definitely.
When we call to a meeting, you might be knowing, when we are calling for a discussion about the SDG goals and all the things that you might be also working right now already, we call for experts, right?
Yeah.
We call for experts who have the subject matter knowledge. We don't call for them big people manager. If they are good managers, it is okay. That is why they are there in the vice president level. But if you are an SME, subject matter expert, what happens is you will have work all the time. Even if you retire, you can work from home also. You can be a consultant to everybody, because there is no
Retirement.
no retirement,
Yeah.
no replacement for knowledge. And no matter how many experts come in your field, any field, your knowledge will be always unique, because you are born unique. Get that? So
Yeah.
please remember that you and me, suppose both of us work in the wash portfolio, wash category. Still, there will be distinction between us. Why? Because since birth to 24th or 25th year, we were very different. You
Yeah.
got educated in another stream, you born into another family, your surrounding was different, you have read different books, you know, so many other differences were there. So even if we ultimately become SMEs in the same field also, our experiences and interpretation and dealing with the subjects will be very different. So the uniqueness that we are born with, that never gets diluted, even if we come to the same field, right? So that is why SME. The next is, make sure you are describing it honestly, right?
Yeah.
Can you tell me what do you understand by this? Describing it honestly.
While dealing, while recommending or saying about something about the subject, we should be honest.
Honest, yes. So by honesty, what I understand is, the same thing, the glass half full or the glass half empty is the same thing, right?
Positive approach. It should.
No, the reality is the same.
Yeah.
But the way
Perception.
perception will be very different.
Different. Yeah.
But if you note it down as to what happened, suppose somebody said, because you are into field visits, operations, handling so many things, na? So you are handling so many things, and each time somebody will say something that is a clue to a bigger problem, bigger solution, right? People will express in that way. If you write that down and then start interpreting and telling your boss that this is what the person told, this might be number one, number two, number three. Three interpretation you will make. You tell it to your boss. This was the exact words that fellow told me, and now I interpret it in these many ways.
Yeah.
Your boss will come up, either he will agree completely or he will come up with a fourth solution, fourth interpretation. Only when you become honest, then only this is possible. Now you have got, instead of 3, you have got 4 alternatives to deal with. Now you can take a choice about which choice to take, how to interpret it. Three ways to interpret you have already decided. One came from your boss. Another one will come from another field person. Fifth thing comes from another person. And then again, if you go and talk to that person will tell it in a different light. Right?
Yeah.
So all this expands your vision, your understanding. The same words, same thing will have different connotation, different meaning. Choose the most positive one and talk about it more.
Okay.
That will be your trick, a hack for your communication. The next is the presentation skill. I told you about 10 slides. So, but you might not get time from your boss to present 10 slides, or you might not be meeting him in an official environment. You might be just meeting him over a tea or cup of coffee. What do? You don't bring out your laptop and start showing him the slides. No, he will not be interested.
Not possible. Yeah.
Madam, sorry for the interruption. My battery is very low. I am moving and I get in touch with you. Thank you.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Yeah. So now what? Now what happens? You will take the most important slide in your PPT.
Oral PPT. Yeah.
So what will be the most important slide in your PPT? Wherein you can put it in a very simpler form. You will tell about the growth trajectory and trends, and you will connect, kind of link it with your field observation.
Yeah. That
These-
we can compete within 1 or 2 slides. Yeah.
Those 2 slides you can take a printout and show it to your boss. That is how you create your impression. So any appointment you get from your boss to present or talk or consult or say whatever, no, you engage with your boss. Make sure you engage with your boss. Even if he is not very positive towards you, still make it a principle to engage with your boss regularly with these 2 slides, of which you take a printout. Even if it is a PPT presentation, that also is possible, but you also can take a printout and give it to him. That will be a good handout for him, right? How do you make this presentation possible? If you don't gather daily evidence, like say for sales, every week, every day you need to record your whatever sales is happening, na?
Yeah.
Then only you can have this Excel sheet about weekly sales and all. And for those stories also that you are going to present, for those stories also you need to prepare daily experience sharing and whatever communication you are having with your field team, your vendors, all the stakeholders, Gram Panchayat leaders, they will tell you some 1 or 2 key points. Right?
Yeah.
Jot that down in your diary, notebook, wherever. 2 key points. all the time those two key points will not be very positive. Sometimes they will tell you something very negatively also. Even then you write down those two.
Okay.
So why I am saying to write down those negative points also. Positive, so you understood why you should do. Why negative?
If you write down the negative things, definitely we will work on that one. We will focus in the future.
How? Have you done it ever?
सो बेसिकली क्या होता है कि हम नई जो बोलता है इसको चेंज करना है उसको चेंज करना है बोलते हैं जनरली हम पोस्टपोन करते हैं ठीक है करेंगे देखेंगे फ्यूचर में देखेंगे हम लिखे तो क्या होता है कि इसके ऊपर थोड़ा हम ध्यान देता है काम करता है
Yes, yes. So I'll tell you a story about this.
Yeah.
My experience, what happened, I went to a new village. New project came and we went to a new project area. Right?
Okay.
So what happened? There were two these SHGs only I was working with. So there were two groups of SHGs, two leaders, no? One leader has this many SHGs under her control and another has another.
Some other. Okay.
So then there is a fight, and then our staff was staying in the second person's place. No?
Okay.
So now she got influenced by that lady about that particular group,
Hmm.
and this became against party to that. So I went for a visit. Then where to go? So first the another lady, the other party, the against party, no. A person from that her household was another staff. So I came to that village incidentally with that staff only. So he took me to that house.
That house only.
Otherwise, I would have gone to that other lady's house. No, it was by chance. It so happened. So what happened during the lunch or whatever? No, the conversation went on, and what was happening was this lady was saying she does that, she did that, this is her history and all.
Everything negative she will tell.
And this lady actually was trying to bring me down, saying we have no connection with the this super boss of that project, and what will you do? So I just I am a great fan of that super boss, and so I have learned so many things. So that actually calm her down, saying that this is a girl who always works with good people and she has good background and all that. So that impression was created. Then after that lunch was over, the first half was over, the second half I went to the other lady's house. Now she also started doing all those things.
Yeah.
Then I also told her that no, it is like she will bring both the party together. And with some girls, she was okay with it. Anyway, in any case, none of them could do anything bad to me, because still I heard that. And then whenever it happened, whenever there is a meeting, collective meeting of those SHG leaders, then I made it a point to make both the parties speak, so that I don't have to counter each allegation against the other. They will counter themselves out. And that way it made me understand what is the lacuna happening.
Yeah.
So this is the advantage of noting down
the
negativity. Sometimes it will happen against you. That is what I am saying. So gather these evidences, these as your evidences, and how you countered them. It will establish you as the hero ultimately.
Yeah.
Not only your interaction, but how you like say pacified everybody, or what steps you had taken, this will become a case study. And this is what people are looking for. And this will help you in becoming an SME. SME is the person who understands the subject well. He might not have the solutions all the time.
Maybe.
So for that, you need to do. As I said, suppose you are not having a very good relationship with your boss. Sometimes so happens, no, your boss is, he appears to be partial to somebody else. But you should never neglect your communication with the boss. Even if he says that you are not good at communication, you are not a good communicator, whatever he says, always communicate with him or her, whoever is, right? Do it over a tea. What does this mean? Even if it is a very informal setup, make sure that you tell about your work in 2 sentences. Over tea, how many sentences you can talk? You see, he will be talking about something else over tea. Over tea is an informal setup, na? He'll be
Yeah.
we will be going there and what is happening there, and this has happened at my place. My children are like this. He will be talking like that. In that setup, you cannot tell about your.
Maximum.
But 2 sentences you should ensure to be speaking. So if you write that down and you have practiced over a period of time, it doesn't take. He won't even realize that you are talking office, and still you will be communicating. So this is a hack. This is a trick. How to influence your boss.
Okay.
And take responsibility. What I mean by this is, suppose there is a negative report coming from your field over sales or something which you don't have any control over. How can you have control over everything? No? So many things are happening.
Yeah.
But if you are in charge, you tell your boss that this I will improve in the next session. Take responsibility always. Say that I will do these 4 things, whereby this thing will improve. What will happen with this?
Basically, trust will be increased.
Trust, dependability.
Yeah.
So there are 3 tricks to our existence. One is realizing our own worth. The second thing is how people trust us, admiration, and how after we are gone, how people will think about us. These are the 3 things. If we can take care of, we are done for our life. Always ensure these 3 things. So wherever you are working, take responsibility and create dependability, trustworthiness. Those are way ahead good qualities in comparison to your communication skill. When it comes, suppose in COVID time, your boss would have been faced with retrench karna hai, you have to choose just one staff. He would have chosen a person who is trustworthy rather than a person with good communication skill. Yes or no?
Yes. Yeah.
Who you would choose? A person who is trustworthy, right?
Definitely.
That will be the choice. So always be trustworthy. Communication or no communication. Communication will happen, I am saying. If you are planning and strategize whatever you are doing, communication will definitely happen whether you know any English or not. Right? What will you say? So, what is the next update? What I mean by this is, suppose you have told your boss last time something. So in addition to whatever now report you are giving, also make sure and remind him, the last time we spoke about this, and I told you that I will take these 4 action things, and the update is this. I took these actions, and as a result, this has been the outcome so far. Ensure that in your communication, it should not be right now only. Right now, that is okay. But last time, what action taken has to be there. So that suppose he, based on your communication, he has committed something to his boss, then he will be knowing what has happened, what development has happened, right? This is your responsibility.
Okay.
Next is fixing appointment. You ask him, when is the next can I speak to you? You might have thousands things to speak to him, tell him. So will you speak to him every day? Will you speak to him every 15 days or every week? What is his calendar? According to that, fix your time. He might have, say, 4 people under him who are reporting to him. So you take your appointment, and before that appointment, suppose you have taken the appointment of, say, November 11th, right? So on November 10th, during daytime, afternoon, you message him saying that, sir, we are meeting 11 at this time.
Just a reminder.
Reminder. Because what happens is, with 4 people reporting to him, he has 40 things to take care of, right? So then he might get engaged with something, and he might have forgotten the appointment with you. Always ensure that, and always make sure that you are there, showing up. Dependability, trust factor. Don't hide ever from him, and don't do anything that will tell him that you are hiding, right? Email communication. So apart from this formal appointment that you take, establish email communication. So email communication has a system to it. What will you write in an email? What do you write in an email to your boss normally?
Normally, for email communication, we will submit reports as well as some kind of travel approvals or any material purchases. And for that, we will do email communication. For regarding any if we have any fixed appointment, we will send Google invitations and meeting appointments like. But generally, we are doing this communication for appointments. We will doing communication through WhatsApp. Generally, it's happening. But this is also one kind of good approach.
Okay, so for your immediate boss, WhatsApp will do.
Yeah.
For your teammates, WhatsApp also will do.
Yeah.
But if you are dealing with your boss's
Super
boss,
yeah,
boss, it has to be an email communication. And with email communication, not more than 5 lines you will write. And those 5 lines will be in 3 paragraphs. So always remember that it has to be crisp, it has to be very to the point thing, and it will be not more than 5 lines.
Understood.
First thing. And the second thing is, whenever something happens for which you need to inform the boss and the super boss immediately, you do that within 5 minutes. Don't postpone it to another day.
Okay.
Immediate. Okay. So all these will establish you as the responsible and next level manager. So when it comes to your promotion, it is not about only the promotion. It is not only about your incentive increment. It is about how promising you have become, how responsible you have become to take the next level responsibility as well. So this will put you ahead of other four people. Those are reporting to your boss. Out of those four, they will rank you as the topmost one, right?
Okay.
As you grow in seniority, you have to compete against super people. And these are the hacks which will put you ahead. Dependability, trustworthiness, always work ahead of anything. Right? Then, out of those three, the next is in the agenda is plan for the fourth day. So every fourth day, you have to plan for whatever your communication you will be doing, right? So this, like say, suppose every month you do once communication with your boss. Even then, every fourth day, you have to practice this. Whatever report you are going to do, that report you have to prepare. That so, what time you will do this rehearsal? Can you give me time? When do you do this rehearsal?
Generally,
Hmm.
generally we are not doing any rehearsals. By talking with the manager, we will take the time and fix the schedule.
So this is not about time with your manager. This is time with yourself.
Okay.
So unless you spend some time with yourself, this report preparation is official thing, right?
Yeah.
The data gathering is official thing. Your field visit is official thing. Everything is official. What is personal? Personal is the self-talk that you do. How you prepare for it is the personal thing. So how you prepare it is how you present yourself. What will be his question? Like say imaginary dialogue you will have with your boss. That is what is this. What time? So if I ask you start this from today, right? What will you do? Like say which time would be suitable for you to do this? This is an extra exercise which is not very official. No, nothing. So which time will you fix?
Generally in the morning time.
Okay. Morning
Before,
time, what time you wake up?
generally 6 o'clock, 5:36.
Then what you do?
So I will go for walking exercise 1 hour. Then after I will go for my daily bath and washroom thing. And then after I will take my breakfast and I will sit on my work.
Okay. So you work from home?
Right now that is going on. So weekly twice I have to go to the office. The remaining days I will work from home.
Okay. Okay. So each of the activity that you have just now told me, each time period you need to write down.
Okay.
You go for you get up at 5:36. Then you go for your work. How much time do you take for your work, and what exercise you do for how many minutes? Write down that. Then you see whether you can accommodate this or not. This has to be done for 30 minutes.
Yeah, basically 9 to 10. In between that time, generally I think about my work. So what should I do today? What should I present with my boss, what should I communicate with my team. That time generally I am doing so 9 to 10. Basically our work will start from the 10 o'clock, but I will sit in on at 9 o'clock only. So that time basically I will do my this groundwork.
So this groundwork, what I am saying is, each person you communicate, 30 minutes you need to dedicate to that.
Okay.
So for boss, it has to be 30 minutes.
Okay.
For your field staff, it has to be 30 minutes. All the communication stuff that you are thinking about.
Yeah.
And what you will do for today, that has to be decided from the previous night.
Yeah. Next day plan. Yeah.
Next day plan in the evening, previous day. What communication you will do with whom, that has to be separately done. So that clarity of your mind will happen, right? Suppose you are not able to do that on a particular day. For this you need to, every fourth day I told you, no? Every fourth day this exercise needs to be done. So suppose you are not able to do that on the fourth day, from previously you need to decide what will be the alternative slot. Right? Suppose November 8th is the slot that you have put for yourself. Suppose you are something is coming up, there is a Guru Purnima that day. Suppose you have some program happening in your locality. Then you are not able to do that, you have to go there. Then what will be the alternative slot? It should not come to you as a surprise. That is what I am saying. So
Okay.
that you are very, very particular about doing your thing repeatedly. Otherwise, what will happen? You will miss this fourth day slot. And then it will be pushed to another week. And the next week, what will happen? Last week, too, I didn't do, I managed it well. This week also, let us not do because I have so many other works. You know, once you push that to other day, it will get pushed. That will go from your habit.
Yeah.
So decide on the alternative slot. 8th morning not possible. 8th evening can I do? Or 9th morning can I do? Right? Decide on that. Plan, prepare, perform. Why do I say this? Because as a leadership position person, you have to plan 80% of the time. Performance is only for 20% of time. I'll tell you one story. No, I didn't tell about myself in this workshop, but I'll tell you something. I was at Bandhavgarh Tiger Reserve, right? So there, that was a tiger reserve, and they without fence, right? So people around that tiger reserve were villagers, and they had only 3 months of food. For rest of the time, they were dependent on the forest. So forest means they have to go to the forest, and in the forest, tiger is there. And since there was no fence, nobody knows where the buffer ends and the core starts. So they go directly face to face to the tiger. And when you see a tiger, you can't stand there no patiently. You try to run.
Run. Yeah.
So when you run, the tiger kills. If you stand there, no tiger will attack. But can you do that?
That much of guts, it's an impossible thing.
So as soon as none of us has that one, so as soon as the tiger sees that a person is running, he will run after, and obviously he has better speed, so he will kill. Right? So there were lot many deaths happening like that. So the forest department, they actually asked us to give an alternative solution to that area so that people don't have to go to the forest. Right? Now what happened? Like that 500 households were there. So we had to give alternative solution to these 500 households. So in between, what happened? My company sent me to Canada for a study tour, where there was a faculty who was working in, he was from Kenya, but he was working in Bangladesh. And he took care of 35,000 households for some livelihoods he was doing. I was like, saying, how did you do that? How many years it took you to do that? So he said, no, 4 years time we did. The same with me also. I also was given 4 years time, but I was like say, perplexed with 500 households. How come you did 35,000 households? He said, there needs to be a plan. When you plan 80% of time actively, you can execute it within no time. So if I ask you to make a plan for 35,000 houses, how you will do it? He gave that exercise to me. So tell me what will be your plan? If I give you 35,000 houses to work with, how you will do? Tell me.
Basically, we have to identify some of volunteers or leaders, community leaders with
Then
35,000. So we should distribute, we should plan and distribute our work with that all the team members. With that, at the same time, if I take one portion, one area, one habitation, so remaining people do the same kind of work in some other habitation by replicating the same thing. Before going to the field, I will train and I will educate them on what exactly we have to do, what is our work there.
good. So another experience I'll share with you. This was a good thing, but you will take some more clue with another experience of mine.
Yeah.
So actually we all do planning, but we don't do adequate planning, right? So prior to that, I was at Rajasthan. We had to do 44 lakh women in 2 months time.
44 lakh?
In 2 months time.
Oh.
So just think, that time the planning was done by our senior management, not me.
Okay.
But I executed it. You know, senior management means the chairman of the company, he did that. So Bijay Mahajan you have heard about, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So he is my chairman. He was my chairman and my mentor.
Oh, great.
So he did that planning, right? And we could do it in 2 months time. We hired, as you said, some volunteers we needed to hire. So we hired 12,000 volunteers. I trained them. We had to operate in 29 districts. We did the planning of how many camps every day, every district. All that we did. Now, in this, coming back to this Bangladeshi thing, he gave me this exercise. So then what I did was 35,000 divided by 4, I did. Right?
Yeah.
So every year it will be like say 9,000 houses. Then he said, you need to train your people, na? Whoever you will recruit or get volunteer, they need some training. So how can you do 9,000 in the first year? So definitely your numbers will be much lower in the first year. So how many realistically you can do? So then what I did, instead of 8,000, I did 2,000. That means what? Out of 35,000, 2,000 in the first year. So remaining will be covered in the next 3 years. So again, I did divided by 3, right?
So replanned, rescheduled.
So it became like say 11,000 per year. Then he said, during the closing of the project, you will not keep all the work towards the end, no? So 6 months you don't have any new work going on. So how would you do that? So again, I removed another 6,000 from last year. That means how much it came? 6,000, 8,000 gone. So 27,000 in 2 years, which means about 14,000 each year, right?
Yeah.
Then I asked him, how can you do 14,000 every year? So he said, how many one person can handle? Tell me. So yeah, so one person can handle, say in a month, say 200 households, suppose. And he said that many volunteers you need to hire.
Identify. Yeah.
So my limiting belief was, like say, because we have a budget constraint, no, we cannot hire, like say, that many thousand.
Huge number. Yeah.
So that is why I was my problem was there only. That is why I was not able to do this. Otherwise, the Excel sheet and subtracting from here and adding there,
That calculation we can do. Yeah.
we can do. So he said, when you start on pen and paper, actually you will discover your limiting beliefs as well.
Yeah.
So for that, planning is required. Numbers you can do mentally, but planning always do on paper. And that should take your 80% of time.
That will give us our limitations while doing plan on paper.
Then when you are on paper, your team also is watching you doing the planning, no? So as soon as you do a plan, you will allocate some responsibility to people. Those numbers might not be realistic for them. So immediately you receive feedback.
Yeah.
Because they are watching at the paper. They know in paper you are doing this. They will say maximum I can do. Suppose you have allotted them 1,000. And immediately they will say not more than 500.
Not possible. Yeah, yeah. They will tell that.
So you immediately know that the capability of your staff is 500. So accordingly, you will change your plan now. So if you do that mental math only, how can they see what is going on inside your mind? So always plan that, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So ultimately we did that. Now here is another question. Suppose 80% of time as a leader you are planning. Then who will take care of the routine work? Every day you need to do. Every time you need to do your planning. So who will take care of the routine work? Tell me.
That is also we should take care of ourselves only. No?
No. Here you are wrong. That is what the team is for. When you are planning, you should find out what are the routine work. That routine work is for you, for your level only. But if you want to delegate it to your second rank and third rank people, then you need to train them. That also comes in my second level training.
Yeah.
That you need to know, one of your responsibility as a leader is to train your second and third rank so that they can replace you. Unless they replace you, you cannot take the promotion, na? Even if you become your senior manager, you will still be doing their work. So give yourself a promotion by training your staff, right? The next is fix the environment. So when you are doing all your planning and now that you are working from home, right? What will happen is many distractions will come, right? Suppose you are here in this class. What have you done? your environment is your family, right?
Yeah.
Where are you? You are sitting at home, na? Yeah. So you would tell them that for 3 hours I am here in this class. Nobody should disturb me. Right?
Yeah.
You did that kind of thing.
I
Request.
told them, but not 3 hours. I told while doing I have someone webinar, so don't disturb me. I
Yeah.
told.
So that is fixing of the webinar. Now, since you have told them, they will not disturb you. So you have a responsibility so that not to disturb them when they are busy. You know, it is not always you. You also take responsibility not to disturb them when they are busy. It takes a lot of respect towards whoever is there with you. They know their boundaries when you are busy. They also know that you respect their boundaries. This way, what happens? Mutual respect goes up. And that mutual respect will bring more happiness to you, your life. More happiness, more respect, more understanding, more love, right? Unless you fix your environment this way, your own environment, you should be sure that you are not going to work out in the external field. So start at home.
Yeah.
Rate your self-talk. As I told you, this is your self-talk time. So after that 30 hours of practice, how do you feel? Always rate it. You will see that even though everything you manage only, you only manage, nobody else is there. No, imaginary your boss is there, imaginary your field staff is there. Nobody is there in present. Nobody is saying you exactly anything. But during that discussion, when you are doing imaginary self-talk, no, some exchanges will be happening, and at the end of 30 minutes, you will be either feeling upbeat or feeling very depressed. Note that down also. As I said, clarity in your goal. So I already told you what should be your next goal 10 years down the time. Now we all have a responsibility, global responsibility as well. Right? You agree to that?
Yeah.
Apart from our position in the company or wherever we work, we have a responsibility towards the globe. Why? Because our future generations, we will give that to our future generation. So we have a responsibility towards our future generation. Now, if you don't include yourself as a global person right now, because you work in a very environmental sensitive subject, then sooner you will see that your perspective is not wide enough. Because just few minutes before you decided that you will be growing as a SME. Unless that global angle is coming to your perspective, you will not be a wider person.
Yeah.
So that clarity you need to put. And as soon as you do that, actually a lot of your problems will get resolved. Your mind will find answer the moment you broaden your vision. The moment you broaden your vision, the moment you decide on your goal, your mannerism will change. You will not be that smaller person anymore. You grow as a person. And that will be sensed by all the people around you. No English communication so far I have told. Only change in your thought process. So that is the deeper path you need to take. Right?
Okay.
And then the 30 minutes practice. What all you should do. That has to be very crisp communication. because you are practicing privately, you will know what is the shortest way of communication. In 1 or 2 words, how can you sum up everything as much as you can do, right? So this is my growth path, Venkat. When I say a person grows, he grows with a difference. Everybody is born unique. So you are born unique, I am born unique. What is that makes you unique? You have to discover that. Right?
Yeah.
The next is resilience. The uniqueness that you are born with, it needs practice. It needs over and over and over you redoing. That is what resilience is. The moment you establish your resilience, credibility, admiration, respectability, trustworthiness, that is how you influence people. Because now people will respect your words. When people respect your words, you will influence them, right?
Yeah.
Then you get to the next level, right? And all these will be affected by the attitude, the habit, the action, and the perception you have as a human being. You are born unique. Everybody else also is born unique in your team, right? So you now respect them. And once you do all this, you reach to the prominence level. And at that level, there will be fewer people, but there will still be competition. When you face that competition, again you start from there. The difference, resilience, influence, and prominence. Again, it starts at that level. You overgrow that level, then the next level, again the same cycle starts. And this is what I call as leadership growth. Right? And the technique that I teach, whatever I have taught you, that is only a small part of the entire thing that I teach. And it is only about communication. The 10 strategies I teach is, and communication is one of those. A smaller part of one of those, right? I'll show you. So, and the entire technique is called resourceful influencing. So, I'll tell what do I mean by that and where I am coming from. So my educational background is I am a postgraduate in mathematics.
Oh.
And then I did social research for 12 years. Then I have been in the implementation, livelihoods, right? So when I did livelihoods, I did agriculture at Bandhavgarh that I was showing in the Tiger Reserve. In Meghalaya, I did technology. Social research, I did data analysis. Right? So many different things. And one of the workshops that I attended was of one HR workshop. So I also was a HR head of one of the companies of Vijay. So now, how did I become HR head? There is no academic qualification, nothing, no training also. Why Vijay Mahajan decided to make me HR head was because I was handling people all the time.
Yeah, you know how to manage the people, how to resource plan.
Yes.
Everything you have done. That's why I think.
So so that is same for you, everybody.
Yeah, maybe.
All of us are doing the same thing. So when the first time I did was, before I came to Vijay Mahajan, I was in a very small organization where I was the senior most person. And that is why I was sent to a workshop meant for senior people. So from basics also very senior people came. And I was senior from a smaller organization. So I belong to a very small, the smallest organization where no HR policy was there.
Okay.
So in the HR workshop, everybody has to present their own HR policy.
Policy. Hmm.
So I didn't have any. So in front of everybody, actually, I designed one HR policy and presented in that workshop. Everybody appreciated. So that was my first interview for basics. I didn't know, that was 1.5 years prior to me joining basics. So when after 1.5 years, I applied in basics, I was recruited based on that experience because people knew that I can do. Now that was my first experience of my ability to be resourceful. No. So when I tell you to note down and be particular about everything that you do in a day, this is one exercise for you to be resourceful as well. You will discover what you don't know about yourself.
Yeah.
And if you don't know, nobody will know. Only you will know. You will know, you will exploit that, and you come to that stage, right? So last time I did a communication thing, and so I asked, what are the problems happening in a communication base? So we could work out, but here is what I did a market research and found out. What problems working professionals with 6 to 12 years of experience face? Sometimes they cannot take life decisions, sometimes cannot take work decisions, sometimes they are bogged down by competition, communication is not good, confidence is not happening. I can't see Venkat.
Yeah, just
There are colleagues who are okay. There are colleagues who are troubling you. Maybe you are required to learn a skill and you don't know the strategy. There is a strategy to learn a skill. You know, since skills are no huge. If you start from a wrong angle, then you will go on learning the skill without any effect. So you should have a strategy to learn a skill. They don't have a big vision. Just now I told you why to have a big vision. Time management is an issue and consistency is an issue, right? So if you come to my training, what you can do is you can learn a skill always, all the time. Your performance will improve, timely and quality wise.
yeah.
You will become a friend in need, which nobody teaches, nobody knows how to be. You will understand the other person's view because we will work on a framework as to what are the negative characteristic, negative behavior, or a person desperate to communicate with you. You will become optimistic at all levels. You can see opportunity like I saw in creating that HR policy, right? You create something, you do something and create yourself opportunities. Then you will be respected by teammates because you now understand them better. And whenever you respond, you will give some responses which will be winning for you as well as for the entire team. Your boss will love to listen from you because the moment you speak, he gets one win. And you know your own strength, and you now also realize that you can leverage your team's strength as well, right? So where can you start right now? As I said, in communication, you have to do 4 things. Write, read, speak and listen. Make a calendar.
Hmm.
Decide on a book to read. Speaking tricks, whatever you read, you have to write it down and speak 2 to 3 sentences about that.
Okay.
And how this, whatever you are speaking, how that will help your organization. That also you include in your sentences. And your organization will be helped by report, insight, and when you communicate and understand. Your boss will be helped because you now support him better. You contribute in key areas. You will help him in negotiation skill. You will provide one perspective. Boss's boss will be helped by deadlines. He is worried about deadlines. Succession, like say, suppose your boss leaves the company. Who will be the next one to take over? He will be bothered about that. If you provide him that alternative, he will be
Happy.
relaxed, happy. And then you are the person who is dealing with external stakeholders only, because now you have a better way of communicating, and you also have grown yourself over strategic areas as well. Colleagues are helped because you are also bothered about quick completion. In addition to completing your work, also you help them to complete. You become a go-to person. You can handhold them, and you always will work for better cohesion or team cohesion. Knowing yourself. So there are 4 aspects, as I told you. Attitude defines your personality. Some people you talk, you will feel happy. Some people you talk, you don't feel happy. So that person you will never talk another time. So that defines your personality. How is your attitude? That you need to define. Towards work, how it is. Towards life, how it is. Towards family, towards surrounding. Right? You have to give one word, how it is. Then habit strengthens credibility. So unless you are prepared all the time, you cannot take action immediately, right? So that is about timeliness, responsiveness, proactiveness, and performance. Then action enhances dependability. Who you want to be, how you will reach there, why you want, what is the plan. Perception creates reality, right? As we have been discussing all the time. So suppose somebody has another opinion. So do you think that that can be different? Somebody might be bringing an experience. Somebody might be creating an opportunity. But the words are bad, but opportunities are coming. Can you discern that? Or something is happening? Are you getting the learning from that? So improve your resume is, all the resumes should be in 1 page only. No matter how many years of experience you have, all those have 5 kinds of strength, and each 5 strengths should be outlined in your resume. Then this is the market study, right? If you have a complaint in your mind, then you are working at 20% productivity level. The more senior you are, the less opportunities you will get. So sometimes it will take 3 to 5 years to get another opportunity. During that entire time, you will be operating at 20% productivity. What will happen to your potential then? Right? And then strategic position. Whenever you are negotiating with somebody, you have to have 5 ways to think about. First is subtle assertion. You have to assert yourself as to why you are doing whatever you are doing. You have to have a strong conviction about how to tell it, because you cannot outright boasting about I'm doing this, I'm doing that. You cannot say no. You have to have your language also toned down. And then even if you tone down your thing, the other person should be able to understand that you have a passion for that. Right? Then the 4th is you tell him that if he recruits you, or if he buys your solution, then that person will also be benefited. And the fourth is, both of you can make a difference to the organization. That should be the fifth stage of your communication. So that is what I call strategic positioning of yourself. That can happen with interview situation, that can happen with a negotiation, that can happen with talking to your boss or super boss or anybody. So I also provide free weekly calls in whatever training I do. Right now, if you are in my VIP FB group, then then you might be watching all the training, free training that is going on. What you can do is, each time you watch those free trainings, you can comment below, right? Comment below, and not amazing or very good or not like that. What is your takeaway, right? So as a leadership person, what you can do is, your skills should always be getting upgraded, and you should be highly productive, about 80% productivity minimum. Then you should be happy about your work. Consistently, you will be solving a problem. And whatever you are right now, that suppose you tell yourself that you were at version 0, you should always be trying to be at version 1. And once you reach version 1, you should reach to version 2. You have to identify and outline what will be your version 1, right? So once you reach version 10, you cannot recognize version 0. That is what a transformation is. So if your dream is to get to version 10, then you need to define that so that you can work towards that. Every day, you can demand from me that this is what I should be at this stage. Then the training will go towards that end, right?
Okay.
Then hopeful of better time, optimistic I outline, honest about your efforts, believe in yourself. So the first stage that you will undergo is 3-day course, that is online course. I'll give you access to that, and once that is done, that will be done in 3 days. Those are videos only, 15-20 minutes video each. So about 3 hours course, so 3 days you will be done. There are 5 aspects to that. I'll tell you in a minute. And then we will have 21 days challenge with you. The same way that I am doing 30 days challenge, each day I am finding out one subject and telling about it, right? The same way, you will take a 21 days challenge. Each day you will solve one problem for yourself in your personality and move ahead. Once that is done, another 21 days. So this will be a habit of continuous improvement. And then let me show about. So this is my flagship course, which is called Leadership Growth Blueprint. And I teach 10 strategies. Are you there? Got? So these 10 strategies will be like identifying your strength, winning response, power bonding, handling change, managing challenges, emotional intelligence, dealing with ambiguity, practicing mindfulness, daily wins, and next level growth, right? And then what is a resourceful mindset? It is about finds and existing opportunities always, and grows over and over and over again. That is what the characteristic will be. So you there, Venkat? Yeah, you dropped off. And so the special gifts will be for action takers. So there are five aspects of this thing. As I was discussing, Venkat, you can come on video also. You dropped off for some time. And the internal patterns. When you are going for these development programs, what will happen is your internal patterns will come in your way. So how to deal with that and how you will power up within, that will be an exercise. And here what you will be learning is about your morning thought. As you are waking up very early in the morning, so what are the first thoughts in the morning? Then why to build a big team with divergent beliefs and behaviors? All of them will not be, all of your team members might not be agreeing with you, but why? What is the need to build a big team with belief system which is very different than you? That also you will know, so that you experience very little friction, even if there is negativity within the team, apparent negativity which are not negative. And you will chase your version 10 within with a 90 days goal. So what level you want to achieve, grow your version 10. And ABC plans, suppose your teammates have come up with another plan, and another plan. So you have, rather than having one plan, you now have 3 plans for your things. And what results you will achieve as a result of this training, this particular segment training is, start the day with a defined expectation. You will know that this is what you are going to expect, and whenever we expect positively, that happens. So we'll define the day with a positive expectation, recognize uniqueness in others, and how to leverage them. Always start small, because Taj Mahal didn't happen in a day. Then build consistency, then leverage the strength in others, nudge and budge, tweak and move. Your problems will presented to you in different formats. You solve one problem, then another problem will come. How to solve with your existing skills, how to solve the next problem and the next problem and next problem. Then another segment of this training will be soul search. So when there is nobody to help you, how you can help yourself. So this becomes like, say, you will be connected to your higher self. There is a process how to get connected to the higher self, right? And then when there is negativity always, all around, how do you handle that? And it happens in an intention, attention, attitude. That will be an exercise we will be doing in this course. I told you already about Rajasthan, Meghalaya, Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, Bandhavgarh, and these are the compliments of few of my colleagues who says uncanny talent to spot talent in others. He is now in China. He will be shortly sending me a video about how he had been helped. So as a result of this, so you will become a solution focused person, recognize uniqueness in others, the same thing that I told you. And the next course is about continuous upgrade. You have to upgrade yourself to stay in the market and grow like an SME. So run the marathon. So first you have to run the slow thing, but the steady thing, so that your muscles are built for a sprint finish. Sprint finish means marathon is 5 kilometers run and sprint finish is 100 meters run. So there is a difference between these two. The difference is sometimes you have to do a long work, long challenge. Sometimes you have to do a short challenge. But first, if you do the long challenge, then it will be helpful for you to do the short challenge. So for that, you have to depend on the process. So there will be results that everybody appreciates results. But you know, before achieving that result, you will have to undergo the process also. The process is raising the bar for yourself. Suppose you do something, then the next challenging task you also do. That is the next Then mindset reset, that also gives you the strength. Suppose something happens, you become very negative, how to reset into positivity again. It happens to all human beings all the time. Then this is the fourth thing, delegate appropriate mentoring. As I said, unless you delegate to your second and third rank people, you cannot grow up. So for this mentoring, you have to recognize the strength in your team. Who does what? If there is a fish in your team, you can ask him or her to swim better rather than ask him or her to. Then beginner to master and star and peer. Get more by regular self-evaluation. Acknowledge contribution. Right? So this is one of my executive who joined me as an executive, and now she is the HR manager. And she handles virtually. Once I left, she handles virtually all the tasks. So that is what you should do, so as to have time for yourself, for better planning, to get engaged with better projects, bigger tasks, so that you can also grow. If you are doing the same thing over and over and over and again for say 4 to 5 years or more than that, then you are not growing, right? Then the next is joypreneurship. This is the ultimate thing, wherein I teach a digital skill. But if you have a skill already, which is there, which you enjoy, then that skill, there has to be a strategy how you enjoy and monetize that skill. That strategy also we can map out. This is the fifth aspect of my training. So as I said, this is the digital journey that I have taken. That is why I can teach you a digital skill. So why I have chosen the digital side? Because physically, if you go, then maybe you will reach out to, so far I have reached out to 18,000 people and impacted 1 crore lives. But I have, if I want to train say 1 lakh people, then physical way is not possible. It has to be in the digital way. So he is my digital mentor who has taught me this way to go, do this Zoom and prepare the courses online and reach out to people. So I'm looking for super performing global players who are in the same field and who are looking for growth and who can take this forward. So far, whatever I have impacted, whoever people I have impacted, I want to multiply that into billions. So my vision is to impact 1 billion lives. So together we can do that. It cannot be done singularly. So for that I need a team and I'm looking for a team. So now this is his mentor whose first level course I have done. Now this is another mentor from Singapore from whom I am learning. This is all the mentors' mentor. This is Robert Kiyosaki's mentor. And these are the 12 mentors from whom I am learning right now, so which I can teach. So investing in each person's course will take you 5 lakhs plus each person. So if those things are getting downloaded to me and you are like say learning from that, then ultimately what we can do is we can re-establish India as the training capital of the world, right? Because India was that before the Britishers came. And recently I have done this player singers gold certification course also, and it is a proven journey. There are so many coaches. Your journey will never be faltered. It will always be established. So these are few of my credibilities and my mission, as I said, impacting 1 billion lives with 1 lakh super performing global players in 139 countries with a multi-billion-dollar enterprise. So why such a big mission? Because one needs to have this mission so that if you aim for the stars, you can reach the moon. So unless you have a big vision, your subsequent, like say, all your activities will not be broadened. That is why. and shift in my pattern. So my story is like, say, for 12 years when I was a social researcher, I used to complain a lot and had this problem focus. The moment I did that HR workshop, my shift changed, and since then I have been working in the areas like, say, handling lakhs of people all the time. Right now I am working in an association of microfinance organization which deals with at least 4 crores clients and 290 microfinance institutions. And so I'm working in that field, right? So I know, so my scope of work is growing. Now it is time for me to give out to the world. And how do I give out this experience? Is by working closely with trainers like you, who can take this expertise and integrate in their lives and implement it, become a better person. No, better person and a person with solution. That is how the vision will grow. So why I am doing this is a reason that I want to leave a legacy of people who have this national and international vision. So the entire course is worth $5,000 because I have spent that much of amount so far, but the retail price is 14,999. It took me 12 years to find out the problem plaguing me. It could have escaped me even then, except somebody watching me pointed out that it was a pattern. So all of us need somebody to tell them that this is a pattern happening with you, because of which you are not able to grow to the next level. But who to reach out? Because everybody will have some kind of vested interest in them. So you need a mentor who doesn't have any vested interest in your career, but who is a well-wisher and also can tell you what is the problem with you and can guide you towards according to you, whatever your strength, can guide you towards that. So this has been my presentation today. And if you want to come to this session, so it will be, these are few of the slides that I had worked with. Bandhavgarh, I would especially mention. They broke mustard production record in Madhya Pradesh. These ladies, that 500 households that I had worked with, they had a corpus of 36 lakh rupees at the end of the 4th year. They became food sufficient. They started selling their let's say grains, and they were part of the district governing board headed by the district collector. They even won one award from the then Chief Minister of Gujarat, Mr. Narendra Modi. Narendra Modi was then the Chief Minister. They won award from the CII, and they were felicitated by the then Minister, Industry Minister, Mr. Anand Sharma. Another farmer won MS Swaminathan Award. This lady won one award from the Andhra Pradesh governor, and this was in Meghalaya, where I established technology, wherein the terrain was such difficult that there was no connection happening. So I suggested that VSATs and data card will help, and it actually helped. Now I am handling with affordable housing segment, which will create 9 crore houses at the end of the 8th year. That is what has been my dream. And solar, I have been working towards the net zero living. So solar based livelihood assets. And this is Professor Muhammad Yunus, with whom I am working towards creating a solar enterprise. And yes, So these are few of the things. This is Vijay Mahajan who had given me a certificate saying that no matter wherever you are put, you can still find a solution. So this was a great win for me. It was like a Nobel Prize, with me winning Nobel Prize. Kind of that was the feeling that day. And as I told you, these are the curriculums. Already I have explained that. So herein, this is a dream tracker. Whatever dream you have, that bigger dream that you have, we can design it. And version jump, always told you. And these are the course curriculum. It looks big, but each day you are doing much more than that. But there has to be some rectification happening in every day's work. Otherwise, it will not take you to the required progression and the growth. So this will all be part of this course, which part of it I am doing in the 30 days course that you are undergoing. And every day I'll be dealing with one subject. So this has been 30 subjects, and one of these subjects I'm dealing right now. The leadership growth and few corrections in our behavior. That is what I'm dealing with right now. So the complete offer stack is about 59,994, and the entire course, the including the one-to-one call, the value sessions that I'll be providing, it is together 1,70,000. And the webinar price is 9,999 only. But if you take it within say 15 minutes of time, it will be 5,999 only. So that's all. Any question, Venkat? Venkat, are you there?
Yeah. So sorry, I'm on mute actually.
Come to
So
video.
whether we get any certificate with this course?
Yes, certificate also you will get, right? So as soon as you do complete this course, there will be an evaluation process, right? And you will get a certificate from my institution. Yes. This is online certification, of course.
How many days?
It will take you 90 days.
Okay.
90 days means one weekly class. In between, there are these free trainings are going on, right? So you can watch that anytime. But weekly class will be, you will come to Zoom session wherein you will resolve your problems, right? Once you go through that, you will have questions, and that questions will be answered during that call.
Okay.
So come to video now. Let us see. Yeah. Yeah, tell me any question, Venkat?
Yeah, nothing from my side. How much the course cost, overall cost?
So within this 15 minutes, if you take, it is just 5,999 only.
Okay.
And it will be lifetime. It is not that 90 days your course will be over, your training will be over, but you can still be in the group, and you can still take, you can still ask questions, and you can still come to webinar, master class, and you can take whenever. It is not required regularly, but for 90 days, till you have this certification, you have to come now. You have to resolve your problem, you have to grow as a person, and then you can, it will be optional. Let's see whatever. And you can bring your team also to get trained here according to your vision. The vision that you establish now, your people also should get as trained. Yeah.
weekly one class. This is not
Yes, weekly one class, and that class will happen at 9 p.m. only,
okay.
so that you can attend. Previously, I was doing at 7:30. Then many people told that they are not back to home by that time. So I have shifted it to 9 p.m. So at convenient time of yours, we can do. Most probably it will be Saturday 9 p.m. only.
Okay.
Yeah. So time is ticking out. So 15 minutes will be over. Then it doubles. Should I give you the link?
So but I need some time to take the decision, because how much time I can spend on this one.
So how much time will you be able to give? Weekly once you cannot give?
I am thinking over that thing.
So what you can do is you can just give me a deposit of 1,000 rupees, and then you can take a decision and come to my course, so that you can only pay the rest of the balance of the amount. So once it becomes double, then you have to pay the entire amount. No, so from 5,999 you can just pay 1,000, and then you can go through the course also. So in the second or third class, you can pay the rest of the amount. Should we do that?
No, if I pay 1,000 only, then I have to accept the course. I have to take the decision.
Take the decision. Na? Decision taking is the trait of a manager. You are saying that you are a leadership level person. So take that decision.
Can we do it on tomorrow or else Monday?
No. Right now you have to do. Otherwise, tomorrow it becomes 9,999. No. Right now it is 5,999 in the next 15 minutes. So if you do 1,000 rupees right now, then it remains for you 5,999 for entire lifetime.
Okay. So shall we get any material on this one, or otherwise any only
Online link is there. You will get, and every time I do a course for you, I'll give you some handout. In any case, if you have come here in my group, you will be getting many handouts, na, all the time. You can subscribe. You have subscribed to my YouTube channel. Have you subscribed already?
No, not yet.
Subscribe there. All the whatever I do, like live here in the LinkedIn, wherever I do, that gets updated. So you will have access to that. You will have access to my website, where I keep on putting stories about my experiences. So that is another resource. If you want to have other resources also, each YouTube has some PDF. That also you can access. I'll show you how many so far I have done. Just wait, I'll tell you. Sharing the screen. Can you see?
Yeah.
Can you see the thing? Day one. If you go to day one, since you are in my FB group, so the first was the introduction, wherein there is an ebook. So every day there is an ebook, right? One link to my YouTube channel, and there is an ebook YouTube channel, and every day there are one topic. That is how I am doing. No, have you seen? So this is second, third, fourth, and for 100 days I have already done.
But this YouTube link anybody can access, na?
They can access, anybody can access, but they will not get my one-to-one support.
Interaction. Okay.
That is general. Whatever I told you today is very general. Anybody can have that. Because you were there, I took your example and gave it. But if you have some problem tomorrow, who you will reach out to? That will not go to YouTube.
Yeah. But in for this 90 days session, so how many people will be there in that batch?
So if anybody comes in, they will be there, but it is primarily for you only. So whoever joins this course, right, at that moment, they will be there. But right now, at this moment, it is just one-to-one that I am offering you. Nobody else will be there. So that you can ask your questions freely.
Okay. So whether this session is you are mixing with this general, every Saturday you are doing the session, na?
Every
This
Saturday.
session only?
Yeah, Saturday to
Some
8 Saturday 8 p.m. I do my session.
Okay.
The group coaching I do at 8 p.m. But this one-to-one I do at 9 p.m.
Okay.
So I have given different timings. So it usually is 9 p.m. but I have given different timing, 9 p.m. only, to all the people, to the batches, right? Yeah.
Okay.
So if you are in a group coaching, you will learn from others. If they are there, they will also ask you questions. Somebody was there here. If you can see in the chat, there were other people also in the chat. They dropped off after some time. But those people, if they are paying, they will demand from me. If it is a free session, they cannot demand, na?
Yeah.
I can go in 30 minutes, I can go in 15 minutes, my choice. But if you pay and come, then you will take action. And because you take action, there will be some mistake and you will need some guidance.
But this is the real time thing, or else you have any separate session plan for this every week session?
No.
If I get any real time problem, that only I need to interact
So
with
real time problem, you can immediately, you have registered in my link. You are only in my VIP Facebook group, right? So once you registered in my link, you will come to my WhatsApp.
Okay.
So once you come to my WhatsApp, you will post a problem, right? Then I can give you a solution.
Okay. So generally this 90 days session, what you showed me in the PPT, that only the session plan?
I told in the PPT only about the communication skill part.
Yeah.
Communication skill is part of the leadership growth. And I have 10 things there. If you have seen, let me show you another time. You might have dropped off that time. That is why you didn't see.
I don't know. Yeah, that's why I'm asking.
So the 10 strategies are here. These are the 10 strategies. No, read from the bottom up. The first is you know your strength and how to build on that strength, right? The second strategy I'll give you is how to create a winning response all the time in all your PPTs, all responses, all communications, all the things in your society, your family, everywhere, right? The third is partnership, because you are working with several stakeholders, right? How to power bond so that when you give a proposal, they are there for you and they will take priority in bonding with you rather than anybody else, right? Fourth is how to handle change. As I told you, there is many limiting beliefs that we have and we don't know about them unless we write down and somebody tells us. Patterns are there, so you will know how to do that. Managing challenges is each time you handle, today you are handling was some other organization you will go, you might handle livelihood, something else, FPO might be, energy sometimes, affordable housing sometimes. You will have different challenges. You will not change as a person, but whatever you have learned so far, with that learning, you will handle challenges. How to manage those, right? Then emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is being happy first, fulfilled first, and then create a team and also winning thing for yourself. You have to win every day, right? So that is emotional intelligence, and people should feel safe, secure, and growing with you around. Then dealing with ambiguity is, suppose your boss says something, your super boss says something else. Sometimes that happens. Then how you will deal with that ambiguity? And this is the most difficult part. For most of the people, a lot of time goes in that. What strategy will be there so that you can deal with that? Then practicing mindfulness it is about your inner self. You know, we all have a higher self. We call that as God or something. But each time when you are in need, you need to have energy within. How would you do that? What is that process? By which you instantly can bring on that power to you so that your problems get resolved. Then daily wins, as I say, this is a very small thing it looks like. But you go ask 99% of the people, you meet 100 people, 99 of them will not know how to do this. Even if you try, what are today's win, if I ask you, you will not know. Unless you know how to recognize them, right? And then next level growth. This is the most important part. As I gave you a glimpse, what will be 10 years, what will be you, Venkat, 10 years down the line. So it is not fixed, you know. Right now,
Yeah.
whatever you are right now, based on that, you will take a decision. But suppose you grow a bit, your vision might be something else 10 years down the line. And that is an unknown territory. If you are there alone, somebody tells you something, you will say, oh, this is a wrong decision, might be, I should not do this, right? So somebody has to be there to tell you that you are on the right track. It is very essential. Otherwise, people, very well wisher also, they will tell you something by which you feel demoralized and you will leave that path. And that next level path, next level growth is very essential for people to attend. Vijay Mahajan, how does Vijay Mahajan knows me personally? Tell me. Basics you know na, such a huge company. When I joined there in 2008, it was a 10,000 employees company. Out of 10,000 employees, how did he know? How did he knew me? Tell me. Something was there,
Basically,
no?
yeah, basically based on our strengths, our commitment, and our
Oh, so
hard work.
there are many people in basics who are committed.
Hmm.
Basics is full of committed people. That
Okay.
much I can tell. But out of those 10,000 committed people, how did he recognize me? Even today, he knows who Sangeeta is and
Okay.
what she is doing. How does he track whatever I am doing? Why? So you can become the same person. Whatever I did, I told you whatever I did,
Okay.
but I have something extra which will come to you only when you get associated with me.
Okay.
So it will not happen. It doesn't happen in a course. I can give you for free, but you don't get that time, no? That time, that association, my viewpoint at every stage of your career. That is what makes my training very special.
Yeah.
And
For the career, sorry, for the career growth, do you give any references, anything in the
yes,
future?
because I am connected to so many people, right now also. If I put in a word, everybody respects, right? So I am now connected to 219 microfinance institutions also. Their senior management, with them I am working. So suppose I put in a word, then it becomes valuable for them, right? So that also happens.
Okay.
Plus in the digital space, today or tomorrow, you will need to come into this digital space. If you have your vision broadened, then you will need technology to come to this space. How to multiply your work that you are doing. So then you will need a technique, no? So if you go to the market, it will cost you, say, kuch bhi nahi sikhayega, and still they will charge you 5 lakhs plus easily.
Hmm.
And in this training system that I am in, that has become cheaper. Whatever you want to learn, people come here to teach others because the system is aisa hai. Whatever you learn, you have to teach. Pehle do it, then teach to somebody. And teach to that person who is willing to invest in himself. Otherwise, that person will not value whatever you are teaching. That is what is told to us.
Okay.
Abhi, suppose you want to teach to somebody. You would like that person to pay attention to you, na?
Yeah.
And if that person he will have his choice. Pay attention karega ki nahi karega. Why? Because he hasn't paid. If he has paid, then he will पैसा बर्बाद हो जाएगा, so I'll pay attention. He will take action also.
Yeah.
And
Focus will be more.
and if he takes action, then he will succeed. He will be indebted to you, obliged to you, that you have taught him something. And in addition, you will become a friend to him. How many friends, very real friends, do we get in today's world? So your human value increases. वो 1,000 rupees, 5,000 rupees का कोई मतलब नहीं. How much is that? But with that, if you can make somebody successful, it is 1,000 crore wala thing. You have made somebody's life successful. Just this process one needs to adopt to ensure. शुरुआत में तो कोई accountable नहीं होता. They will learn to be accountable with time. They will learn to follow you with time. पहले दिन नहीं होता. So पहले दिन, how to put them accountable? If they put some money, going forward, they will know कि whatever money they had given, it is nothing.
Yeah, if you get the results, that's not something.
Yeah.
So after 90 days also I can access.
Yes, yes. It is lifetime. You can access for your life.
Okay. So overall fees is 6,000 approx.
5,999. Yes.
Yeah. So today I will pay 1,000, and after 1 or 2 classes, remaining I can pay now.
Yes, you can do that. I'm giving you that choice because you have spent 3 hours with me. Normally, I give only 15 minutes to people. So I'll be giving you what you are in my WhatsApp.
Yeah.
You are
Actually, I am not in your WhatsApp.
okay. So right now I am giving you a link. You can pay, and then I will guide you. Right?
Okay.
Just wait for 2 seconds, 2 minutes. Can you access the chat? Chat you can see.
Yeah, I got a link here.
So if you click on that, it will take you to the payment link.
Yeah, paid.
Yeah, thank you and welcome to my community, Venkat. I'll put you in a separate group, right? And and uh, and also I'll give you a link wherein you should register so that you can come to my WhatsApp. Just wait for some time. Just wait. Give me a second. This is the link. You can just open and keep it there. You can register later on. Right?
You send me through WhatsApp or where you are?
No, here only I have posted.
Acha.
Just click on that. It will be opened in another browser. Right? Done?
In the chart you mentioned, where it is?
In the chat. Did
Yeah,
you see the second
yeah,
link?
I got.
So click on that. Yes, reserve my seat.
Yes, save my spot. Okay.
Then it will take you to another screen.
Hmm.
If you click on there, it will ask for your email and phone number.
Join the WhatsApp group. Can I click?
Yes. Click on there.
Leaders in my circle.
That is what. Yes.
Yeah.
So you have come to my group.
Thank you.
So just introduce yourself. Done.
Yeah.
Yes. Venkat from Hyderabad.
Yeah.
I'll save your name there.
Is anybody there from Hyderabad in this group?
So there are many people. There are 45 people in this group.
Oh.
But I'll take you to another VIP group. Right? You will be part of this group as well that group also. So anyways, if you have something to tell, then you can message me privately, not in this.
Okay.
So this is done. Then I'll give you the so you can come to video. This one also is there. Leadership HTTPS meeting with so this is my website. If you want to read any story, you can go there.
Okay.
Then
Leadershipsangeeta.com.
yes. Then